Do you know one single person in your life who is completely happy, blissful, peaceful, and that energy radiates, from that particular person? Can you think about any one such person in your life? Are you that kind of person? Well, in my opinion, as much I have seen the life so far, I don't feel we can really find such people around, or for that matter, to achieve that kind of peacefulness or blissfulness, that level of happiness is not easy. I'm not saying it's impossible, but yes, it's not easy. Maybe if you've done some sadhana in the yoga and you're really in that spiritual path, who knows, you are that blissful person, you are that happy person. But then let's face the fact, the people like me who have really not achieved a lot in the spiritual path, we often end up feeling hurt many times. And there are so many, situations in life which we are not prepared for, and we have to just face it head on. But then the beauty of life and the beauty of all this process is that we understand the kind of resilience we hold within ourselves, and we are life forms, right? And life is all about that. Life is all about cycles. Life is all about lessons to be learned. And we are going through this process, we are in this journey, and we are learning. Learning is most important. We are learning at every phase. And as I said, it cannot be constant, and it cannot be always, in the same pace. Changes happen, and sometimes it's favorable and sometimes it's not favorable. But it's important how we respond to situations and how we build that kind of resilience within us. And in today's topic, I will be exploring more about this. No matter how much you feel you're wronged, no matter how much of injustice you are actually facing, there are things in life that we need to learn in a way that will make us grow, it will make us go ahead in life. And in today's content, let us try and concentrate, focus our energy towards something so positive, and let's try and understand what does it take to stand back up on our feet and be strong enough to face anything that comes in our way. Hi, I'm Vaishnavi, and my channel is called Motivation Matrix, and I come up with motivational videos on my channel. And if you like such kind of contents, then please do consider to subscribe to my channel. And if you're already a part of our community, then please welcome back. So, as always, I'm going to present a short story on this, because through stories, many a times we understand things better. And yeah, let us explore more about this topic, because I feel it's necessary. No matter what your age, no matter what your gender, the kind of emotional maturity and the kind of emotional intelligence that you hold will finally decide your character. It will finally, kind of design your destiny. So let's know more about it. And let's start it with a story. Ella was sitting in her favorite place in the world. It was her garden. But then, not the vibrant colors or the blooming flowers could light up her energies today, and she was really feeling low. And no matter how much she tried to divert her mind and tried looking at the flowers, she was getting bothered constantly by one feeling, and that was feeling betrayed. She did not know how to react, or rather respond to this kind of situation in her life, because she was betrayed by a person she least expected from. She thought that this person would always be by her side, but all of a sudden she had to face a huge betrayal in her life, and that really shattered her expectations, and her feelings did not know to channelize themselves in a way that would comfort her. So there she was in the garden, feeling very lifeless, feeling very low. And then she decided to just quit that place because she was not able to bear the kind of beauty around her when there was this kind of stinging pain in her heart. So, for many days, she secluded herself. She was trying to avoid people around her, and she just did not want to interact with anybody because she wanted to nurse her wounds in the most silent way. She was trying to heal herself, but she was constantly going back to the past and questioning herself: was I wrong? Was the mistake from my end? And these haunting thoughts kept her in a cage where she was feeling completely suffocated, and she was not understanding any channel through which she could break free and get the freedom and understand what was going on with her, because it was too much for her to process this kind of hurt and pain in her life. But one day, as she was just seeing through the window, she was looking at her garden. Something inside her stirred up, and she felt like actually going out in the garden. So she literally forced herself outside. And when she was in the garden, she started noticing that these weeds were coming up, and she feared that these weeds would suffocate the blooming flowers, and these flowers were her most favorite flowers. Then it was more of a response rather than you know waiting for what is going to happen next, or not trying to understand what would be her action. She immediately took up the task of physically plucking those weeds because she knew that she could not sacrifice those flowers, and she was seeing the danger right in front of her eyes. So, as she was plucking each and every weed, she reflected back on her own life situation. She felt that these weeds were like the negativity that had completely captured her thought process. These were the kind of negativities and questions and the kind of going into the past and doing the replay. All these things were the kind of weeds that were growing in her heart, which were not allowing her to process the emotions and come out of it. So, as and how she started plucking those weeds physically, she felt the release within her in a way that she was slowly, uh, you know, removing the negativities one by one on a soul level as well. So, the physical activity was reflecting on a very emotional and soul level, and she was finding it very relaxing. So she did this for a long time, although she felt tired, but she did not give up. And she started tending to her garden once again. And as and how she looked forward to, get the garden back in form, she just reminded herself of what her grandmother had once told her. Her grandmother had told that, Ella, just like the garden, our spirit, our soul also requires tending. It requires regular, maintenance in terms of watching out that we do not allow the weeds to grow, which will completely make our thought process halt in a way that we cannot see the beauty in this world. All these words came into her mind, which were told by her grandmother, and she started doing this gardening in a more conscious way and in a more mindful way, which really helped her in coming out of that kind of hurt and pain. She realized that she had the power of resilience, she had the capacity to face it and to leave it behind and then look for the beauty in the world rather than staying back or stuck in that particular painful situation. Gradually, she started going out with her friends, the true friends who really were there for her always. She started spending more time with her family, who've always meant the best for her, whom she had neglected a few days ago. And she was feeling that investing her emotions and time and energy in one person was her main goal. So now she gradually realized that the importance of family and friends is beyond what she thought just a few days ago. So she discovered a lot of things within her. One is the capacity, the kind of resilience she had. She never knew that she's so strong that she could come out of that kind of great deal of hurt and pain. And the second thing she realized was the value of her friends and family who were always there for her and who always supported her. So many days passed, and she became that wonderful Ella, that happy, cheerful, peaceful Ella that she once was before she was wronged so badly. And she told one thing to herself, that the act of one person cannot define my life. So she took a little bit of time to recover, heal, and the way she bounced back was something that was really remarkable. But this particular situation, this particular hurt and pain taught her a lot. It made her more careful in life. It made her understand that she should not allow, the access on her emotions or her life to anybody who will not respect it. That was a vital lesson that she could learn. And she was being very careful after that. And she knew how to set boundaries after this bitter experience. But she did not treat this experience bitter for a longer time. She thanked the situation because she had become a new person now. And just like the garden got new blooms and it got completely transformed into a much better garden, her heart, her soul, her perspective also bloomed in the most beautiful way. And she was very happy after that. And she knew how to protect herself thereafter. Never give up on your true authenticity just because you encountered certain bitter experiences in your life. If you're a kind person, if you're a loving person, if you're a caring person, but then you got hurt in the most painful way, and then you were wronged, you were really wronged, and you couldn't take that pain, and now you feel that maybe I should change my way of approaching life, maybe I should change my core nature. These thoughts are going to be very natural, that will come to you, but it is very important that you don't give up on your authenticity, because qualities like kindness, love, caring, all these qualities are very rare in this world. A world where people are just, you know, they're predators, they're emotional predators, they're just waiting to pounce on a person who can give that kind of qualities. I'm not saying stay naive or just continue to be the way you are and let people take advantage of you. No, that is not my intention. What I'm trying to convey through this content is that the rare nature that you hold, it's something precious which this world really needs. But at the same time, have the wit, have the wisdom that it will not be taken advantage of. So whenever you encounter such kind of, hurt or pain or betrayal by people whom you thought you can trust for your life, and such people betray you, then it's very natural that you stop believing in the concept of kindness. You will stop believing in the concept of, uh, you know, giving that kind of care to anybody at all. It's natural. But then it's also important to understand that The action of a particular person has no power on you. It cannot define your life. It cannot dictate the terms that you need to change yourself. No. The character of that person was so low that they chose to hurt you even when they knew that they had the rights, they had the authority to completely destroy you, but still they went ahead. So don't take the blame on your head. Or don't try and blame yourself that, oh, because I was naive, because I was innocent, this happened to me. You don't have to make it look like that is a disadvantage in you. Those traits, those characteristics are very rare, and do not let go of it just because you had the worst experience in your life. Accept whatever happened, of course. You might need some days to, recover from that. Take the kind of time you want, but then bounce back, come back to your life, and do not lose those qualities at all just because a particular person was cruel enough to take advantage of your kindness. Let's try and learn something from the nature around us. There is night, after which there is day, right? There can be stormy days, after which there are peaceful days as well. So, what do we learn from all these things? There can be heavy rainfall, after which the weather cools down in a way that everything seems so clean, clear, and peaceful. So, what can we understand from all these things that happens around us? It's simple. Whenever you feel that you have hit the rock bottom because of the kind of experiences that you've had, always keep in mind that all these things happen just because something good is awaiting. And all these things will make you strong. Believe me, they'll make you more resilient because now you know what are the kind of people that you don't have to have an interaction with, right? Now you have that precious knowledge. So thank the situation rather than beating yourself up and being harsh on yourself that, oh, how did you not see? How did you not see the kind of betrayal, the lies that was told to you? Were you so naive? Were you so innocent? Rather than being harsh on yourself, just maybe thank the situation, thank the person that the mask came off early. Maybe the damage would have been worse, but you were blessed that you could at least, understand that things are not the way they are. And just like, the storm ends and you see a beautiful day after that, but it's in those storms that your capacity to, stand firm really matters. So it's all about learning. It's all about learning how to stay stable and how to respond in a way that you are not harming yourself in any way, emotionally or spiritually. You allow it to pass. You just be the audience, see whatever is happening in your life, accept it first of all, and then respond to it in a way that you do not lose your authentic self. You do not harm yourself emotionally or spiritually. You will still, held your head high and say that, yes, I was resilient enough. I had the courage to show the kindness even to the person who took advantage of me. So that's a plus point in you. And the person who took advantage of you, who betrayed you, who told a lot of lies, well, that kind of person cannot define your life, right? It's in your hands how you will design your destiny after you actually feel like you've hit the rock bottom. So, just like Ella in the story, she got up and she started, you know, protecting the flowers that she always wanted. And then she realized that the same kind of beautiful flowers are in the form of those beautiful nature that I've got within me, which I need to protect from the kind of weeds, the negativities that are literally surrounding my heart and my soul. So it's up to us. I'm not saying that if you are facing any painful situation, just get up and behave as if nothing happened. That is not possible. That is humanly not possible. When the pain takes place, when the hurt happens, obviously we will take that kind of time for ourselves to heal, to nurse those wounds. But let's not stay over there for too long, because life is too beautiful and it has got so much more to offer you. Try and get into the things that always made you feel lively, you know, connect back with your friends, be with your family. All these things will help you in coming out of that kind of, you know, situation wherein you were wronged. So keep all these things in mind. As I said, life is not very easy and blissful for everyone. Everyone has their own share of challenges in their lives. It's only up to us how we deal with these challenges and emerge out of it even more strong, and let them not define you. Let their horrible actions not define you. Your authentic self should be strong enough to fight back and say that, look, I have this nature and I'm not going to give up on this nature just because your character was so low. This is a kind of strength you need to display in your life. That's all about it in today's content. I hope you liked it, and please leave a feedback in the comments below. Until next time, until the next content, please take care of yourselves, and thanks a lot for watching this video.